Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have some partly to mostly cloudy skies out there this morning. We'll see more partly cloudy skies for the afternoon, and we'll average out mostly cloudy for the day. We'll see some light rain showers moving west of the region this morning. Shouldn't see any more rainfall in the region today, and we'll see temperatures rising into the mid to upper 70s across the region with slightly breezy northeasterly winds. Seeing some gusts up to around 22-23 knots already this morning. Looking at our upper level winds across the region, we have a freezing level at 12,600 feet, winds out of the northeast at 19 knots on the low levels, and that continues up to 3,000 feet and becoming a little bit lighter at that level at 12 knots. And we see our winds more northwesterly to northerly throughout the column, and seeing our peak winds at 25,000 feet at 30 knots out of the northwest. Looking at our surface analysis this morning, we had a cold front move through the region that gave us a brief rain shower early this morning. We have Hurricane Umberto just off the coast that's going to continue to move, just off the southeast coast, I should say, continue to move towards Bermuda for the next few days. We'll have an area high pressure building in across the northeast states into the mid-Atlantic states today, and in combination with the pressure gradient from Umberto across the region and that high pressure to the north, we'll have those breezy northeasterly winds for the next few days. Looking at our satellite across the region this morning, we have some mid-level cloudiness across the area, a little bit of rainfall that's west of the region into southern western Maryland, also into northern Virginia. That's going to continue to move southwestward today as this backdoor cold front pushes through. We have a good amount of outflow in the form of cirrus cloudiness from Hurricane Umberto off to the south. That's going to remain over that region today, so we could be seeing a little bit of cirrus in the horizon to the south and to the east this afternoon. Looking at our radar imagery this morning, we see we have a few light rain showers, even a moderate rain shower or two, just off to the north and west. These are continuing to sag south. It should remain outside the 10 nautical miles from the island for later this morning, and then we shouldn't see any rainfall in the region as we move into late morning and the afternoon hours. Looking at our 3-kilometer NAM model, kind of give you an idea what the radar may look like this afternoon. Here's noon. You can see all the activity south and west of our region continuing to move away. When we go into tonight for our possible avid launch, we see we have fairly good conditions overall. We'll just have slightly breezy northeasterly flow, partly to mostly cloudy conditions, and a fairly good weather pattern. We'll have a slight chance of a sprinkle moving on short in the afternoon on Wednesday, not expecting anything in the morning, but could have that about 10% chance of a brief sprinkle along the coastal sections on Wednesday afternoon. And looking at the long range, here's our Wednesday morning. You can see the GFS model here just showing the tighter pressure gradient across the region, giving us those slightly breezy northwesterly winds, and they will become breezy for Wednesday afternoon. You can see the GFS is trying to put out also a few sprinkles across the region Wednesday afternoon. Can't rule it out, but in this weather pattern with this fairly strong high pressure system across the region, not going to really see much chance of that occurring here at Wallops. Moving into Thursday, we'll have very similar conditions to Wednesday, some partly to mostly cloudy conditions, breezy to slightly breezy winds, and fairly nice weather overall with temperatures in the 70s, so a bit cooler than we have been experiencing the last few weeks, so we'll feel more like fall as we move into latter half of this week, and we'll have area high pressure continuing to build over the region for Friday, and that's going to provide us with some cooler overnight lows as the winds will become more northerly overnight, and that will allow us to see some 50s across the region for the overnight hours. Looking at our risk chart for today, we'll have that slight chance of rainfall this morning that is going to move off to our west. We'll see gusts up to around 24 knots today, northeast winds 12 to 17 knots sustained, a high around 78 degrees, and with those winds around 24 knots, we could be seeing a gust up to 25 knots. Is not out of the question, seeing about a 30% chance of that occurring. Our low tonight will be around 61 degrees, northeasterly winds, or northeasterly winds at 7 to 12 knots, becoming northeast to 8 to 13 knots tomorrow morning, and possibly gusting up to 18 knots. our 24-hour terminal forecast will have expected VFR conditions from now through the next 24 hours. A slight chance we see a ceiling around 3,000 feet tomorrow morning, and that is most likely to occur after 8 o'clock on Wednesday, or 8 local. Our tides are slightly above normal, and looking from Wednesday through Thursday, Wednesday will be partly to mostly cloudy, slightly breezy, slight chance of breeze sprinkled in the afternoon. As I mentioned, a high of 72 degrees, a yellow for our winds at 25 knots or greater. Wednesday night, partly cloudy and cooler, a low of 60. And for Thursday, mostly to partly cloudy and breezy, high of 73 degrees. Looks like those winds will peak out around 20 knots on Thursday, so not going to see that 25 knots colored for Thursday. And looking the next 7 days, we'll have 78 degrees today, 72 on Wednesday, 73 on Thursday, 77 on Friday. So some really nice temperatures, slightly below normal. And the overnight lows will be below normal as well on Friday morning and Saturday morning, looking at temperatures in the 50s. Could be seeing some low 50s on Friday morning, especially in the central portion of the Delmarva Peninsula. Now the question at Salisbury could see a temperature around 50 degrees for an overnight low on Friday morning. So we'll feel slightly like fall for those few days, and then we'll see a return to more seasonable temperatures, or slightly above normal temperatures for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with temperatures in the middle 80s, I should say, and looking like an area of high pressure is going to build off the coast, and that should allow us to see more of a southerly return flow, a little bit more humidity, as I mentioned, those temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. Now a quick look at Hurricane Humberto, that is currently off the southeast coast. Here's a National Hurricane Center. It has maximum sustained winds of 100 miles an hour, moving east-northeast to 8 miles an hour. This is the 8 o'clock advisory. You can see the hurricane is expected to strengthen slightly into a major hurricane tomorrow afternoon, and then passing north and west of Bermuda, and then north and east of Bermuda by Thursday morning. So it looks like Bermuda should see the worst of the weather on Wednesday and Thursday. Here's your visible imagery of the hurricane. You can see the eye is starting to clear a little bit more this morning, so could be seeing a slight uptick in the intensity if it continues in this trend, with the eye clearing out, and as well as a symmetrical convection around that eye. And looking at the latest tracks from for the hurricane tracks, you can see it's in a good agreement just off the north and to the west of Bermuda as it approaches at its closest time, and then off to the north and east as we move out into Thursday. Should be seeing tropical storm force winds at Bermuda, as well as a possibility we see hurricane force winds if the system is, as it is currently forecasted to track fairly close to the island. And we're seeing as well as some heavier rainfall with any of those bands coming in from the hurricane. Well, that's going to complete our 10 a.m. weather brief. I hope everybody has a great day. Back tomorrow morning, 8:15 at 10 a.m.